Oh, what's up, bro? Watch this, y'all. Watch this. She don't know. Honey. Sing. Let me hear you sing. Sing. Let me hear you sing. You was singing?
No, not me.
Let me hear you sing. Go ahead, sing something. Sing.
I'm not singer.
Singer now. Go ahead and sing. You always singing.
I have no voice right now. It's morning here.
Oh, you think you slick. That's messed up. You always singing. She always singing in her language, y'all. She don't want to sing now because she know I'm recording. She think that's that third eye. That's that third eye. What is up? YouTube, how y'all doing? Oh my God, now she want to talk. Hey, check this out, man. We're gonna go ahead and do this. It is hot in here. I'm just turning this on. Well, I haven't played this one in a good little while, and since this is about Diddy and his trial, let's see what this joint is gonna do. Yeah, let's see what this joint gonna do right here. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, and let's check it out.
Yeah, 1, 2. It was all a dream. This one goes out to everybody who suffered and made it through. It was all a dream. I had a dream. Diddy walk free. Now everybody hiding what they said on IG. But I ain't run, I ain't changed my place. I looked that man right dead in his face. So what you did to that girl, disgrace. You got money, power, but you blew your place. We grinding down here just to see 1 meal. And you got heaven, but act like hell's real. Yeah, I had a dream. Courtroom full of tears. The verdict came down and the man got cleared. All the headlines faded like they never cared. And all the folks that spoke up, they disappeared. But still, private accounts, deleted posts. Even bloggers went ghost like they seen a ghost. But not me, I stood up, heart full of fear. I told them face to face, you can't lie here. That girl was crying, we all seen the tape. And you apologized like that would fix the hate. You had it all, jets, fame, God's grace. But you played it like a game and spit in his face. I had a dream, Diddy walk free. Now everybody hiding what they said on IG. But I ain't run, I ain't changed my place. I looked that man right dead in his face. So what you did to that girl, disgrace. You got money, power, but you blew your place. We grinding down here just to see 1 meal. And you got heaven, but act like hell's real. Yeah, you got daughters, you got sons. What they gonna say when they learn what you did? Will they look away? We pray for baby love, but what about the rest? All this dirt, you left it on your family chest. You claimed you adopt her, gave the girl a home, but where she at now? Man, she all alone. Meanwhile, rumors fly and bodies burn and cars blow up while the world just turn. Pac and Biggie, the streets still blame. You say you innocent, but you carry that flame. And what the court say? You're good, you're clear. We the court of the people and we all right here. I had a dream, Diddy walk free. Now everybody hiding what they said on IG. But I ain't run, I ain't changed my place. I looked that man right dead in his face. So what you did to that girl, disgrace. You got money, power, but you blew your place. We grinding down here just to see 1 meal. And you got heaven, but act like hell's real.
Goodness, man. I haven't heard that one in a long time. I don't even know where that's gonna sit on the album, but anyway, check this out, man. This is TMZ right here. We don't do a lot of TMZs, man. But this is only 6 minutes, so this is gonna be a shorty right here. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out. You ready to leave?
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here. Charles here. So we got some information. We broke this story a couple hours ago. Diddy is behind bars but he is enrolled in 2 classes in jail. A class for drug abuse and one for domestic violence.
Domestic violence. These are programs that are offered by the federal government in the prison system for inmates, and he is enrolled in both of these programs. He's also, we're told, in therapy separate from those 2 programs. And all of these things that he's doing, typically for one reason, to look good for the judge.
Well, it's important because sentencing comes up October 3rd. And Diddy, look, everything that I know tells me that he will get between 1 and 2 years. And I think it's going to be closer to 1. Prosecution is asking for 4. That's just not going to happen for a Mann Act violation. So if that's right, look, he wants to get the lowest he can get. And I think it's going to be between that 1 and 2 range. To get the 1, I think he's got to show the judge that he is taking his misdeeds seriously.
Right. And by the way, we know that even when the judge said that he was not going to let him out on bail pending sentencing, one of the things he mentioned was his violence. We've seen his violence.
Exactly.
So he knows that this is an issue for the judge.
And the defense conceded it.
Right. So that's something he definitely has to address. And that's what he's doing with this program.
I mean, Charles, he doesn't have to address it, but he is addressing it. And, this might help him with regards to his sentence. Maybe the judge might sentence him to lesser time because he's working on himself.
But Jamie, you know what the complication here is that he's been found not guilty on the charges that relate to drug use and domestic violence. That there was no conviction using force, fraud, or coercion in these 3 ways, and drugs. The Cassie video was off the table. The only thing he's been convicted of is taking a prostitute across state lines for the purpose of prostitution.
But can't the judge consider all of the testimony in the that was presented at the trial?
But the defense is going to say he was.
So basically, what he's saying, and that's what I'm thinking also, that him going to rehab and going to this counseling and stuff has nothing to do with. Y'all got to be fair with this stuff. It has nothing to do with what he was found guilty for. You can't take no classes for that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you are abusive in relationships and women, but that's not what you've been charged for. And this is what everybody don't understand, man. Y'all got to understand this. You can only find him guilty even though it was proven beyond a reasonable doubt, especially with the video, especially with him putting that apology, that's what you want to call it, up there. So you going to rehab and going to counseling for this stuff don't have nothing to do with the charges, bruh. I mean, come on, y'all. Is that right? And that's what he's saying right there. I was going to say that at the end.
The Cassie video was off the table. The only thing he's been convicted of is taking a prostitute across state lines for the purpose of prostitution.
But can't the judge consider all of the testimony in the that was presented at the trial?
But the defense is going to say he was found not guilty on those things. So it's really kind of an interesting.
There's that, but there's another side of this. And Jamie, you've been working on this story for 5 days now to lock this down. But what was there was one key word, one of the sources you spoke to. You remember what that word was?
Yeah, redemption.
Yeah, because that's the other part of this. Yeah. That this is Diddy looking at my life after prison. Because now that he knows he's not going to be locked away for decades, not going to be locked away for the rest of his life.
He could get out this year with time served.
Wants to be able to do business. And in order to do that, for people to work with him, even in the entertainment field, he's got to show that he is changing or he's addressing the things that everyone saw come out in this trial.
Right.
So This is about,
It's
part
true.
of this is also about what is my life after prison and how can I still be a successful businessman?
And you know, it's interesting because we've talked about this before, that lawyers who represent people in positions like Diddy now, they have two responsibilities. You know, get them acquitted if you can, and what is their life going to look like after they get out?
Right.
And so there are two components, and this kind of serves
Both of those.
both of those. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Alisia, and I am from New Jersey. And I actually think it's a positive thing that Diddy is taking this step towards redemption and going to therapy. And I really feel that everybody is worthy of that, but he really has to show it. And I mean, I hope that he is taking this seriously, because I think the public is having a hard time processing and really believing that he's really going to change in probably this short amount of time. So I really hope that he says what he's going to do. And I think that the rest of the public can agree that it's going to be difficult trying to understand what accountability and redemption look like in this case.
Yeah. Well, we will see.
Yes,
But
it's going to be very complicated.
again, it's possible he's going to get out by Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I've heard you say that. I gotta disagree. There's just,
Well, I'll tell you why. If he gets,
it doesn't.
if-
I think you're wrong, man. I think the judge looked at everything, looked at all of, because the judge know everything. And he looked at all the stuff that they threw out. He probably looked at all the stuff. He don't like Diddy. Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts. So now the judge, which especially, he don't like the lawyers either. He don't like all this money. He don't like what's going on in this world. So he don't like the fact that everybody's seen that tape, and I'm pretty sure he's seen the tape. So what's going to happen is, I think the judge got to be fair, right? He got to show some type of, I'm not trying to pin you to the wolves, even though your lawyers kind of piss me off sometimes. Let that slide. 5 years. I can give you 10 for each count. The best I can do is 5 years. You serve 1. That gives you 4. On good behavior, you'll be out in 3. I think the judge really will make sure. I think the judge want to make sure. He ain't going to give him 3 years. I think the judge going to make sure that he stay in jail for at least 3 years. Minimum 2 years. Minimum 2 years. So I think this guy's wrong, man. Even though he's a lawyer and whatever the case may be, your boy about to be on my side. He about to be on my side. Watch this.
it's possible he's going to get out by Thanksgiving.
Anything's
I
possible.
don't know. I've heard you say that. I gotta disagree. There's just,
Well, I'll tell you why. If he gets a year, which is possible, he will have served close to a year. Plus, he gets certain credits. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's possible.
The judge
is going to give him
when
a
the
year.
prosecutors are asking for 4, and I agree with you that it's not going to be that.
Let me tell you why.
But if the judge were to give him a sentence that lets him walk out before the end of the year,
Let me tell you why.
Everybody gonna be
Because
hurt.
the judge asked the prosecutors, give me a case. So this is what the back and forth now.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a case where a John was prosecuted under the Mann Act for this. It's usually the prostitute.
Right.
And so now the prosecution is looking for a case. I'm told cases like this are really hard to find. And if the judge can't find any, there's something called selective prosecution, which the defense could argue, and
Right.
it's going to reduce the sentence. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
Okay, we're going to move on.
Daggone. 0 time for Diddy. Let's see if this something short. This 12 minutes. I don't know what this is right here, y'all. Never heard of this.
This one's going to be very interesting because you guys know we've been covering what's been going on with the Diddy trial. We've been covering any updates we saw here.
I've never
of
seen
course,
his
there was
channel.
supposed to be a hearing to where the defense and the prosecution were going to talk about possibly getting Diddy's sentencing expedited. And what happened was the defense, they met with the prosecution before that hearing and they said, you know what, Your Honor, we're just going to wait. We're not going to rush it. Diddy can stay there until October 3rd. And the judge said, fine, Diddy can stay there. After that happened, the judge came out and said, hey, while we're waiting, this is a very unusual case. Not only because the federal cases, they don't really lose this bad, because let's be real, the prosecution did not do a great job with this case. And this case was BS to start with. So the judge said, I'm going to need help finding cases that have been tried in this way, where the defendant was up for RICO, he was up for trafficking, and the only thing he was found guilty of was flying some chicks out to have some adult fun. So I need you guys to help me find this. Prosecution, I need y'all to do your job and see what you can find. Well, it seems like the prosecution might actually be having some issues finding that type of decision from a judge or that type of verdict from a jury, because we're going to get into, as reported here by TMZ and Harvey Levin over at TMZ, that it's looking like there might be a tall task when it comes to trying to find similar cases, and Diddy possibly could not do any time at all. So let's look into this and see what Harvey had to say about what's going on in the Diddy trial.
So a couple of updates on Diddy. We have not fully
I had it on super speed. I apologize, y'all. Let me slow that down just a little bit.
confirmed this. We are hearing that Diddy is enrolled in a domestic violence.
Okay, he's enrolled in all that type of stuff, and we already been all over through that. So here's another thing to look at, man. I think that with all the tapes, think about it, y'all. Y'all think about all the tapes, all the stuff Ali Carter was saying, all the stuff Jaguar Wright was saying about the kids. The neighbors said something about kids, bus loads of kids. 2 or 3 other people on podcasts, basically. This is all allegedly. You mean to tell me you had all this allegedly underage stuff? Diddy have Justin Bieber, Justin, Usher. None of these people took the stand. He patted Usher down. Everybody knew that it was like a wire. I think that this is just my opinion, man. This is a long shot opinion. I think that Jay-Z camp and these other big wigs started talking to their other big wigs, and this is like, because they playing checkers up here, man. And I think a lot of people got together and started saying, no, we don't want him on to serve all this time, and they pulling strings with each other, saying that we need him out. He's a big part of our game. It's all about that money, man. It's all about that money. This man is on the Diddy is a big person in the business of music, right? The business of music. He's not a recording artist. Anyway, but the younger generation's dream is to be in the music business. And these older people, my age included, that's filthy rich, have these little fantasies that they want to keep going. Did y'all know I just seen something, man, we're going to do a reaction on, that the United States is the biggest hub for trafficking. Period. The United States is the biggest hub for trafficking, period. And that's a shame, man. That's a shame we ain't even get into that type of stuff, man. It's, dude, man, when I heard that, I was like, damn, that's another powerful blow that I don't want to be a part of.
He was going to be granted bail. And that's exactly what happened.
Let me see what my man got to say.
He was never tried for that. And when it came to, using force or coercion against Cassie or Jane, he was found not guilty.
Well, also, we did find out, looking back and researching how judges make these types of decisions, the judge can factor in the evidence that was shown during the case in making a decision on the sentencing, or in Diddy's case, if he was going to be granted bail. And that's exactly what happened with the judge here. The judge said, I don't know. He already admitted to being violent. He already admitted to committing the domestic, you know what? So we're just going to go ahead. Diddy, you're going to stay in here until you're sentenced. But how will that look moving forward with his sentencing? We don't know yet.
So when you think about it, what is the point of drug treatment and anything else if he wasn't really found guilty of that. He was found guilty of hiring prostitutes and sending them across state lines. But optics matter.
That's true.
And there was testimony about his violence. So I think if he's doing this, which we're hearing he is, it's probably a good idea. Now, the second thing,
maybe that's why they kept him in there.
The judge asked the prosecution to come up with a list of cases where the Mann Act was used, but the John was prosecuted and sent to jail. And I am hearing from some people inside this case,
not going to be easy to find.
Prosecutors may have trouble coming up with that list. Interesting in terms of, say, this is select.
Only are they singling out one guy, but as we saw throughout this trial, all the witnesses that came up for the prosecution that weren't law enforcement were given immunity. So you want to talk about singling out one guy? Hey, Cassie, we know you were involved in the freak-offs. We know that you were hiring escorts. We know that you deceived some of them, as Mr. Clayton Howard is alleging in his recent lawsuit. And you're giving them false names and trying to get them to the hotel. You're participating in this. We'll give you immunity. Hey, Jane Doe, we know you did some things. We'll give you immunity. Hey, Diddy's former security guard. We get it. The only way you're going to talk is if we give you immunity. Okay, there you go. We just want Diddy. It's disgusting.
Past. It's up to prosecutors to come up with that list. And they may not be able to. And that's going to be really interesting in October when Diddy is sentenced. Now, look, he could get 10 years. That is not going to happen. He's not going to get 5 years. Even prosecutors are saying 4.
Wow.
But he's not going to get 4. I think he is going to get.
Oh, man, I think the prosecutors should have went straight for 5. Jan, I think 5 is fair. I don't think he deserved a 10-year. I think you should give him 5 for both counts and let him run consecutively. That's what a prosecutor should have said. Y'all should have been trying to stick them. You go high, they go low. The judge meets somewhere in the middle. Who don't know that? I should have been a judge, man. No, my bad. I should have been a lawyer. Oh, my God. Man, don't y'all listen to that boy. That boy is crazy food. The screw is in the pants upstairs. Let's keep going.
1 and 2 years.
Let's keep going, man.
And if they can't come up with that.
I hope to God he wrong, man. I swear to goodness, I need to remember this video. TMZ. He used to be a lawyer. I'm hoping that he's wrong. I think fair would be Diddy in jail for at least 2 years. I go ahead and give him 1 more year off.
I know this sounds kind of crazy.
So, and I think the judge, because this is how chess is played, the judge don't like Diddy and all the stuff he did. So the judge got to give him a little bit of time, a couple of years, so the FBI can come up with some new charges. Give them a whole year to work on a new case with new charges. It may not be RICO, but they're gonna charge him with something. Y'all look at other RICO cases, like that dude Michael was talking about. They hit him with a RICO, and next thing you know, he got off. Then they came back with more charges. Then he got off. Then he came back with more charges. And then they finally put him in jail for about 12 years or something. Yeah.
But depending on what happens, Diddy could be out by Christmas. And
you guys believe that?
I think that's a real possibility.
If Diddy is out by Christmas or New Year's or whatever, the next year, whatever, this world is going to. You got Trump. People pissed off at Trump because Trump was supposed to be coming up revealing paperwork about that boy with the island and who was on the flights and stuff. And now that he in office, what happened with that? Bullshit. So it's too much bull going on, man. And y'all seeing it. The world is seeing it, man. So what are we gonna do about it? to sit back and let the bull just happen. You know, that's crazy, man.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Even little man know. It's a whole bunch of bull going on. Let Diddy, out of all this stuff, they done confiscated all this. Oh my God, here we go, man. Oh, here we go. Always hit the wrong one.
This is not a serious prison time case. It's just not. And especially if they can't find like cases where John's had significant jail time or prison time. I just don't see it. Could he be out by Christmas? I think he could. Could he be out by Thanksgiving? I actually think that's a possibility.
Oof, I don't know if I agree with Harvey on that. And you guys have heard my prediction in the past, maybe a few years to serve plus probation. It just seems like this judge is taking into factor everything that was presented during the case. Now, he has a maximum, obviously, of 20 years that he could serve based on the 2 counts he was found guilty on. But I don't see the judge doing that either. So I want to know what y'all think about that in the comments in the chat as we move into this next section, where we hear again from one of the jurors on the Diddy trial talking about exactly what we just mentioned, what the defense was able to do during the trial and why he thinks specifically that the prosecution lost the major parts of their case. All right. Diddy juror points to where defense poked holes in the prosecution's case to get racketeering acquittal. Check this out. And we've heard from this gentleman before as well.
Oh my God. Lord have mercy, man. Here we go.
I mean, there were always moments where there was, when the defense really was able to get in. I mean, one that really stood out for me, I even wrote it in my notes, was the cross-examination of Dawn Rashard. With Miss Westmoreland.
Shout out to Nicole Westmoreland.
Her cross-examination of her, and even Bana. I mean, it was. She definitely poked. She definitely poked holes. I think that's why they had her do that. But just to see how she did it, it was really something to behold.
And again, guys, we talked about this too, just with how the jury viewed Cassie's testimony and Jane Doe's testimony, right? They obviously did not find Cassie's testimony credible, because if they did, then they would have convicted him of trafficking, which they did not. All the jury said by finding Diddy guilty on these 2 counts was that, hey, Diddy was guilty of flying some chicks out to have some fun, and according to the law, you're not able to do that. All this, I felt coerced. Oh, woe is me. I'm a victim. There's a whole organization. They weren't feeling that. They weren't feeling it at all. And now the judge is going to have to make a decision moving forward based off of those facts. So is Cassie's credibility going to be factored in there? I don't know. It's so hard to see, because they're saying, no, she wasn't trafficked, but also the Mann Act does apply here. It's weird to see. A jury of his peers found rapper Sean Diddy Combs not guilty of the most serious charges he had been facing on July 2nd. On that day, the jury told the courtroom the government had not proved the disgraced music mogul participated in a racketeering conspiracy or trafficking. However, Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, as you all well know. An alternate juror who presented his badge to Fox News Digital for confirmation explained where Diddy's defense had poked holes in the prosecution's case. And then we heard the video there, right? Former Danity Kane singer Dawn Richards testified that she told Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie to leave the rapper after witnessing him physically assault the musician. Diddy and Richard were in the recording studio when he allegedly said what was witnessed the day before was passion and what people in relationships do. I mean, maybe their relationship was that way. He claimed Cassie was okay and that it was best if they didn't say anything. The rapper allegedly said that's where he's from. People go missing. Richard heard his words to mean that people end up dead. Dang. Diddy's attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, brought up inconsistencies in Richard's multiple interviews with prosecutors. The defense attorney also highlighted the fact that the singer hadn't disclosed Diddy's alleged threat against her life until a week before the trial. Jeez. Diddy's defense also intensely cross-examined Brianna. I'm going to mess up her name. We're going to call her BB, a friend of Cassie. BB, who sometimes went by the nickname Bana, testified that Diddy dangled her off the ledge of a 17-story balcony. During cross-examination, Westmoreland was able to get Bana to admit she couldn't remember details of the alleged incident. Well, there you go, guys. I can see y'all saying it in the comments and in the chat. Is this another Yak Gotti situation where this Diddy's sitting in jail just for flying chicks out?
Dude,
it's looking to be that way. What the judge is going to decide when it comes to his sentencing is another thing. Let me know what y'all think in the comments in the chat.
Man, this is making my stomach hurt, man. It's making my stomach hurt. So you mean to tell me somebody dangled you off of a balcony and you feared for your life, but you can't remember no details? I don't understand that, man. Now I really wish I would have focused more time and effort in going into the courtroom and all this stuff, but I could feel the negative pressure and the bull that's going on in there, man. Let Diddy do less than 2 years, man. And I'm talking 3 total. He already did 1. By the time his sentences, he'd been in jail for a whole year. That went by too fast. Now he looking for all this help in jail so he can show the judge, man, I'm trying to help people and all this type of stuff. What about when you first got there and you was doing things you ain't had no business doing? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see you coming from almost being in jail for the rest of your life to doing 2 years. I don't see that, man. Our system is that messed up. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. Hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.